Coming to you from the resort, entertainment, and convention center of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, what began on one station in 1966 is now an event in both the United States and Canada that is carried on 200 stations to an audience of more than 100 million people.
Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
And much, much more.
Welcome, everybody, to the program. We're glad to be back. We have a full house, kind of a full house, but I think the texter is out and about worshiping his chosen Lord at the book club, which is nice. Boogie's good to have you back. But I'd like to start the show not with talking to you guys for sure. I like to start with a song and see if you can guess why I chose that song, because the song basically symbolizes the last week.
And I'm Chris.
We do that after the song.
Oh, dang it. I never get that right.
How many years have you guys been doing this now?
I don't know.
So with that said, here is Runaway by Jelly Roll Morals
You actually
on
felt
Past Week, Next
slighted by
Week
it, too.
with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the texter.
What's up, suckers? Do I do that? You're right. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, see, I never know. I mess it up.
It's nice to do a radio show by yourself.
Okay. Never heard of this band.
Okay.
Runaway. Is this because of Trump's runaway victory at the Iowa caucus?
No.
Oh.
Hey, jigger your tongle.
Right here. I'm going to...
That's not your tongle. There we go.
Tongle?
Yeah, tongle, yeah.
All right. A little better there.
What's your guess, Boogie?
I don't know. It sounds like they want to be the Bare Naked Ladies, but they're not quite.
Yeah.
So what's the title of the song?
Runaway.
And it's a cover of an old Runaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer is because we received a song request on the listener line at the KCTK Radio app.
That was going to be my next guess.
Really?
No. It wasn't.
And we received it on December 26th. So, how many, is that a month? 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
One thing Past Week, Next Week is efficient.
Yeah.
Well,
fast.
we're an asynchronous show. You can listen to us at any time. So, you kind of make up your own timeliness on this show.
So,
Yeah.
song, you received a song request. Song Runaway. Artist, Jelly Roll.
There you go.
Listener name, Cordell Weeze. Thanks for listening, Cordell Weeze. And he's listening to KCTK Radio app.
I love that. Wait, is that
He listens on the app?
Yes.
is that bass player's bass on a stand? Or is he... I think it's on a stand. Huh.
It looks like he's got a...
Raindrops on Roses?
Yeah.
No,
did he
my
just-
favorite things, which is Boogie's favorite song.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's pretty cool.
and then
I think I like this band now.
I've been...
Cordell is right. This is awesome.
Yes. I've been feeling folk music lately. I don't know why. Is it just aging?
I would like to.
The lead singer looks a little like Steven Seagal.
He does, and look at JD on the bass back there.
We should. Are you guys okay? I'm offering our musical director of the Past Week Next Week show to Cordell Weeze.
Hey, I think it's a
I think so,
well-deserved
yes.
It's
promotion.
offered. It's out there. There's no possible way he'll take it.
Why? Why would he want to be more associated with this program?
Right.
So now Cordell is responsible for at least one song
Yes.
every show.
Right.
All right.
No, well, whatever he wants to do with music on this thing. And by the way, folks, if you want to go on the app and request a song, 1 month later we'll play it. That's our guarantee.
Yeah, and you're in.
And the drummer looks like John Lovitz.
He does, doesn't he? And he's like, what is my most weathered t-shirt? That's what I want to wear today.
Grumpy.
The neck's all pulled out. God.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I don't know Cordell,
Mm-hmm.
but that could be him on the drum.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And that guy's either gigantic or they gave him a tiny little guitar.
He's gigantic.
I think that is Cordell on the drums. They keep featuring him.
Yeah, you're right. They do.
Oh wait, the request said just play the drum part.
Oh crap! It's him. It's definitely him.
because the other guys suck, and the
then
drummer's the only good part of the band. Oh, okay.
The other guitarist looks like the dad from K+8.
Oh my God! It is. It's yeah, John. Oh
That's
my
him.
God!
This is a mashup of just.
It's wonderful, and it's Jelly Roll Moral with Mortals with Runaway, and that basically symbolizes the last week.
I'm Chris.
What's up, suckers?
Welcome to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the texture.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Paul.
What's up, suckers?
This is a show where we review the most important things from the past week, get you ready for the next week. It's your one-stop program, your one-stop enigma to keep you updated.
What'd you call me?
It's your real week review.
That was the best.
Just listen to us. You won't need any other information outlet. That's our guarantee.
I texted in.
He's so funny he had to text.
Oh God, that was so good.
You can join the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. We welcome your participation. That's the wrong shoe.
Uh-oh. All right.
There we go. This is old.
Uh-oh.
You can listen to us and watch us on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us every week. You also listen to us on the KCTK Radio app. You can download it now. It's free. We had a discussion last week that you can listen to the KCTK Radio app anywhere in the world.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah. Boogie, you've used the KCTK Radio app just last week, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I was listening to the show live. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Streamed perfectly.
While you're playing basketball.
While I was playing basketball.
Wow.
I don't even understand how that whole narrative got started. I went to a basketball
That's one of the things I want to get into.
Okay, all right. We'll save it for the show.
Anyway, we welcome your participation. Coming up, we have a weekly news quiz, pop culture update, special feature, and much, much more.
Mm-hmm.
First, we like to know what's going on, and the people are already clamoring. You can hear them from outside the studio. What's going on with Chris?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, I want to start out with a huge shout out to one of your neighbors, Paul.
Okay.
Speaking of what's going on with Chris, I mentioned last week that my poor mother broke her hip. She's still in the inpatient rehab and learning how to do things like walk upstairs, all the stuff she's going to have to do to live. So she needs a way to get in from the garage into her kitchen, when she's driving and stuff. One of Paul's neighbors built a platform with handrails so she can put her walker on it, grab the handrail, step up, and then go into the house.
Aww.
And it's
Very nice of him.
perfect, really, really appreciated. So
And he made it in his own garage.
he made it in his own garage,
Got everything and just took care of it.
which is so helpful for me because I'm just, trying to make sure we've got everything taken care of for her. So we've got people coming over Tuesday and Wednesday to put a new bathroom in her house so she can get into her shower.
Now, the platform, he had it done, but then it had to be moved, right?
Right. Yeah. And, oh boy. I wasn't going to get into that just yet, but yeah. The whole
showed up?
takes
Who
a village.
Who showed up to help you move it?
So when it came time to actually move the platform, there was your neighbor.
Right.
There was me.
And then?
And then there was you.
Yep.
And then there was you.
I don't like to call myself a hero.
No, you don't
But
like
I
to.
do like to play the song.
But you manage to do things you don't like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was.
Thank you.
It was.
Thank you.
Just a bit more trying than when I went over to help Chris and Jane, who was fighting cancer.
Yeah.
With the chair thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There we go.
When I went over to help him move the chair, and the chair was already in the back.
Right.
And then we went and Chris basically carried it all himself into the thing.
Yeah.
But then we had to have lunch,
Yeah.
Great.
and that's where my expertise came in.
Yeah.
And then wasn't there another time when like a parking lot something and somebody was eating and you brought napkins or something?
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I'll tell you what, man, you show up a lot. You kind of look like a hero in your tracksuit a
Thank
little
you.
bit. Yeah.
Thank you.
A little bit. Like, that could be a superhero outfit.
Okay.
Track suit. Does anybody still say track suit?
Well,
You just did.
yeah. What would you call it?
I don't know. Track suit.
Yeah, I like it. It's a tracksuit.
Can I be tracksuit man?
You could be tracksuit man. Yeah. It's kind of a big pussy homage, a little bit.
Well, you're half right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which half.
Okay, go ahead with your sad story
Yeah,
about your mom.
yeah. So it was very nice. We got the platform in. We've got guys that are coming Tuesday and Wednesday to do a new bathroom for her, and then Jane and I got the spare bedroom set up because depending on when she gets released, and we still don't know.
Oh, she's still in the hospital now?
Well, she's in
Rehab
the
center.
inpatient rehab.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, since New Year's Eve, she's been in.
All year.
Yeah, all year, all 2024, she's been in. So we're going to get the bathroom built, but we may have her at our house for a while. So prepping for that. So lots going on there.
Yeah.
And still dry Januarying. Have not slipped up. And again, I continue to really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you guys before the show, I've spent a lot less money, not just not buying booze, but I'm just not going out to eat as much. It's like, I think I was going out to eat, convincing myself that this food was good when really I just wanted to have a cocktail with dinner.
Exactly.
Okay, you're feeling me on this.
Oh, yeah. 100.
So now it's like, well, is the
I gotta tell you guys. Last week you told me this, and I'm like, oh. And Boogie by text, like, whatever. They're not drinking. This is difficult for you fellas, isn't it?
it's
It's a
different.
thing, isn't it?
I
This
would
is a real
say
thing.
I would say it hasn't been difficult.
Funny guy over here, Mr. Hero's making fun of it.
Yeah. It hasn't been difficult, but it's definitely been different, and that's been eye opening.
I think the awareness, like the actively doing it, the awareness of how many times I would have drank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just drank for no reason.
Yeah. Last night we're sitting on the couch, just watching TV and looking at our phones. I 1,000% would have had a whiskey or something next to me doing that, but there was no reason. Had a delicious sparkling water and enjoyed
Why
my
don't you guys
evening.
get to control yourself? Why don't you do what I did and have popcorn and chips in front of you when you're sitting there? Oh, wait.
Now, well, I will say I have been snacking a little bit more, so I've been trying to watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, that's
Well, then I'm going to say this, and as sincere as I can, I'm very proud of you guys.
And here's another thing that happened. Now I'm going to shut up. But I'm going to brag on myself. This has been hard for me. Molly's been wanting a new car, asked to borrow money from me, and I'm just not in a spot to be able to do that right now with all the health stuff we got going on.
I mean, you're associated with a credit union, but you're not a credit union.
Right. So I recommended that Molly get a car loan. And she was very nervous about that. I reached out to Paul.
Oh, fuck.
And I said, hey, I know you work at a credit union. I'm just a board member on that credit union. I don't work there, so I don't want to, direct anyone. But is there a way you could help Molly? And Paul had, I believe, Shelley call Molly, and they got the car loan worked out. And Molly's doing this all by herself. And
Wow.
And for me, there's a part of me that's like, oh, you're not a good dad because you're not doing this. But the other part of me is like, no, you're here to support, but you're helping Molly learn to do it by herself, and that's probably better in the long run.
I think it's like interesting because you're like 2 years behind me with my kids, and I had the same thing. I thought, shouldn't I be doing? No, wait, I'm not.
Yeah,
That's how it's supposed to go.
That's hard though, because I really was like, oh, I'm not a good dad, like questioning myself.
It's so funny you said, because the exact same scenario came up.
And you're
really? 2 weeks ago.
You're behind him.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, Nadia calls me. She's having issues with her little Kia.
Uh-huh.
And, she's like, oh, just this car stays in the shop, blah, blah, blah. So, like, when I get it out, can you help me sell it and then help me get a new car? I got a lot going on. I'll do the best I can, baby. And she's like, yeah, I want one of those new Dodge event, or what is it called? The big muscle car Dodge.
Like the Challenger?
Challenger. Yeah, I want one of those new Dodge Challengers.
Wow.
Say what now? So,
what you talking about, Nadia?
Yeah. So anyway, that's not going to happen. But I'm glad to hear you say that. It's inspiring me. One, it's okay to not feel guilty about it.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's also growth for us as parents that it's like we have to, at some point, you got to push them.
Yeah,
push them out of the nest.
Got to push baby bird out. And
So Paul, I may be calling you very well here in the next 3 months too.
Well, I helped my oldest daughter. I helped her with the car. And then someone stole it and totaled it.
Oh.
And then she needed another car, and she bought her aunt's car that was old. And it was time for that. I go to the door, and she's there. Hey, I bought myself a new car down at CarMax. You don't even have Dad look at it and pretend.
Yeah, that you know what you're
just
doing.
The nod, tip of the hat that you're doing something. No, she didn't need that. Well, then when my youngest was ready to buy a new car, or relatively new car at CarMax, she's heard me tell the story. Dad, will you go over there and look at the car with me? Kind of like, I'm doing this because your feelings got so butthurt on the first one.
Right.
So I guess I'll go, even though I know exactly what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. And did you go?
Yeah. And the guy knew that same neighbor you were talking about. And blah,
really?
Blah, blah.
Okay.
And she's like, you act like you know everyone, but it didn't make a difference. That's a good friend of mine. Blah, blah, blah.
It's CarMax. Their slogan is they don't haggle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it makes no difference. But as a dad, you want to be there.
But I want to let you. We have a recording of what happened when Molly needed a car, and you contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Okay.
Bring it up.
This is going great.
Attention. Attention all credit union employees. One of the board members down underneath the car. They need a car. Call him immediately. Otherwise, we'll all be fired. We will all be fired. This is not a door.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's not over yet.
Oh, the recording's still going.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was it.
Now it's over. That was the part we missed there.
So, I mean,
wow.
They've been over backwards.
They did. Hey, let me say,
can I tell you
service,
this, though?
very quick.
Didn't make a difference you were a board member associated at all.
No. I believe you would have given that service to anyone.
Yeah, and that credit union would have too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have some outstanding people who help our members, and Shelley is definitely at the top of the list.
Shelley did a great job.
Yeah.
So thank you, Shelley. Thank you, United Consumers, and thank you, Paul.
Wow. Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Boogie, you're back this time. You're less bearded, and we want to know about that.
Yeah, who are you, Bizarro Nights? I don't even recognize you.
That's good.
Please just tell us a little bit about that.
There's really no story. I was just tired of it.
Okay.
And I was eating soup the other day, and it was broccoli cheddar, by the way.
Oh, a thick soup.
Yeah, just a thick soup,
Okay.
and it was
Cream based.
Yeah, because like if it was a
If it was a brothy
Broth,
soup, yeah,
right.
no big woo.
Yeah, no, it was thick, and it was in the right side of my stash that was coming down, and
Yeah.
then I had a hunk of broccoli on the left side of the actual beer.
did the Andy, Coach Andy with his mustache freezing over, did that motivate you?
I gotta be honest, it did a little bit. I'm like, damn, that's nasty.
Yeah, that was
So
pretty
gross.
gross.
Oh man.
I really hope it was water. I hope.
I
I know it can't all be water. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was a little bit in the back of my mind too.
Yeah.
So yesterday we were going on a party bus with some friends, and I'm kind of trimming my beard and my hair and stuff, and I'm like, now's the perfect time. So
Oh,
So
this is
this
brand
is
new.
fresh.
yeah, literally yesterday.
Oh wow.
So
Well, it
Do
looks
you-
good.
is there any correlation between this and dry January?
no, not at all.
Okay.
It was Andy's snot stash and
Ugh.
broccoli cheddar.
I thought maybe just a sober eyes looked at it and said, God damn, I got to trim this thing.
What is it?
Is-
I look like I live under a bridge.
Is there any more old man way to start a story than? So I was eating some soup.
And then, but also describing the soup.
Yes.
Because young people just eat soup and they're like, I don't know.
And I'm not picking on you, Boogie. That's just where we are in life now. That is just where we are.
And I ended up at Touche's last night. So between the soup and ending up
Yeah.
at Touche's,
Yeah.
I got one foot in the grave.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Jesus.
Right there with you, buddy.
Now-
right there with you.
Is there a way I could go to Touche's or do? I mean, I know I'm still working on our what's it called, the place over in Raytown, the disco place.
Oh, Funky Town.
Funky Town. Well,
Yeah.
I'm still planning that.
Here-
if they
well,
ask
here-
us.
okay.
Oh wait. Whitney was supposed to be in charge of that.
She was. Where's that?
I guess she's planning
She ain't
another.
going pro anytime soon.
She's planning
Tell you
another
that.
thing for October. She's
No,
taking all
if
the
you're a
time.
pro, you can handle multiple projects at once.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
snap.
yeah.
Well, which is
I would
better,
hate to be
Touche's
Whitney
or
right now.
Funky Town?
Here's the thing about Funky Town. You go into Funky Town knowing what you're going to get. It's like, it's a little bit of a novelty, right?
Yes.
It's like that
Almost
you're,
like an amusement park. or
yeah,
something.
yeah, you know what you're going for. You know it's going to be a throwback. It's going to be fun. No. Touche's is you walk in and you feel like you fucking stepped into the Twilight Zone.
Uh-huh.
And I told you guys I've never seen so much hair dye and toupees in my life. Like literally, there were dudes there with canes. And
Really?
I'm not exaggerating.
On the dance floor?
Yeah, I think the average age, and I'm not exaggerating, was probably 63, 64,
Wow.
65.
That's awesome.
We walked in, and I'm with a group, and we're all, I don't know, somewhere between mid 40s to
You're
Boogie age.
to 50ish.
to 60.
Yeah. To 50ish, and we stood out like sore thumbs.
Wow.
And then it was like you literally felt like you were in the 70s, like all the
Yes.
sequence shit and
Well,
the
just-
just heavy caked on makeup.
Did Whitney feel like she was high or something when she was in there?
She must have.
She must
yeah,
have,
you
yeah.
just opened that door, didn't you? So all right, so I too, Chris, am doing dry January.
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
So-
Appreciate the companionship and support.
Yep. And so I decided, this was going to be tough because of, I'm with a group of friends, but they're not quite like you guys friends.
Yeah.
And so my anxiety is
they're
high,
friends.
my introvertedness. And and so I'm like, man, I hope I can make it through this whole thing. Party bus,
Yeah.
did it fine. Of is trying to look out for me. So she's like, hey, I know this is going to be tough. I'm going to help you with dry January. Got you some gummies.
So kind.
Initially I'm like, all right, cool. This will help me with my anxiety and all this. But I'm like, going with gummies instead of alcohol for me, for my personal journey of what I'm doing right now, felt like a cop out. And I'm like, if I'm gonna be sober, I'm gonna be sober, even
Yeah.
in this situation. Anyway, I elected not to take the gummies. She's like, fuck it, all the gummies for me. So, dude, we get on this damn bus and everything's going fine. And I have a bubbly, like to make me, feel like
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I got a bubbly.
Oh my gosh, she's bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bubbles, so it's close to alcohol. I don't know. I'm trying to trick my brain. And so, anyway, she's all gummied out and everybody's partying and drinking and shit. And I look over at her and she just has a dead ass stare. Like, what are you looking at? Dude, she was just locked up. The computer screen had locked. So then somebody starts telling a story, and her eye, you know, you listen, you're engaged in a story, and your eyebrows are up like you're really listening. Her face stayed like that like 10 minutes after the story was over. And I'm like, pull yourself together. What is wrong with you?
You know what? That's love. She did that for you.
She did it for me. She
Yeah.
was high as fuck for me.
Yeah, that's nice.
And how weird for you to be playing that role of the, hey, get yourself together.
Roles were totally
Yeah,
reversed.
you're normally, and by normally I mean always, on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, so I'm talking to her. I'm like,
Normally, I mean, like every other single time ever.
Yes.
I'm like, pull it together. You look like you live under a bridge. Get it together. So,
And she's all like, "Can we go see Dave?"
can we go see Dave?
Well, I'm proud of you. I
Thanks,
really
man.
am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's one story. I missed you guys last week. I had another, ironically, story. So it was super cold a couple of weeks. Well, was it
Yeah.
last week or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has her car parked in the garage, and she and Gabe are about to go. They're about to go to Coffeeville, and she runs upstairs.
Sounds good.
And she runs upstairs, and she's like, "There's a mouse in my car."
Oh no.
And I'm like, "What? There's not
Whoa.
a mouse." She goes, "No, there's mouse droppings in the seat of my car." And I'm like,
Ooh.
"Dude, you guys know she's I Love Lucy." So I'm like, here we go with the shenanigans. She probably has some chocolate and it's chocolate shavings. What I go down there, there's fucking mouse droppings in her
Oh
car.
no.
Oh no.
I'm like, what in the hell? So she has me pull all the shit out of the car, put it in Gabe's car so they can go. She's not going to touch the car. The meantime, I'm like,
So they went on a different car.
they went in a different car. I'm like, this is crazy as shit. So I open the trunk. Her purse is in the trunk. So this is while I'm having to pull everything out. Her purse is in the trunk. She has a Ghirardelli chocolate.
Oh, uh-huh.
The fucking mouse has gone into her purse, pulled out the Ghirardelli, opened it, and there's a half-eaten Ghirardelli.
Oh my gosh.
Just munching on it. So I have to pull all the shit out, and I'm scared as shit, thinking this mouse is gonna jump on.
Well, I was just gonna say I'd be terrified.
I was terrified. I pull it all out. I literally put a mouse trap in her trunk. I close it. They get loaded up. They leave. Sure enough, overnight, I catch this little fucker in her car.
Oh my gosh.
So we live like right behind us is a lot of woods and shit. When it gets cold, we get mice in the garage.
Yep.
And so I don't know if maybe the last time she pulled in, he could sense the heat and figured out a way to get in the damn car.
They go through. I mean, they find gaps in the house too.
Yeah. It was a crazy
Maybe
shit.
5 years ago, we had them everywhere in this house
Did you really?
or in this studio. Sorry.
Yes.
And then I put traps out, and then they're just like completely gone now.
Yeah. Yes.
It's really weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and that poor guy probably thought, wow, I found a warm place. I got a chocolate bar that's 5 times my own size. I'm living a good
I
life.
am living the
They
good
find
life.
sweets.
Oh, they found sweets.
Is that what
right.
they found in your house too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
So wait, was it sweets or was it nuts?
Sweet. Actually, that's how I caught them is with peanut butter. You don't
did
use
you really?
cheese,
Yes.
you use peanut butter.
Okay.
Because the smell is so potent and they just cannot fucking resist peanut butter.
Yeah.
And as opposed to cheese, they can actually grab cheese and run off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, peanut butter, you got to kind of get into it. You can't just grab it and go. So anyway.
Now, are you concerned there's more than one in there?
No, not anymore because I did catch 2 more outside of the car.
Okay.
But then since then, of course, now we were paranoid and I've set up like 5 traps in the garage.
Yeah.
Not one since then.
Good for you.
Just old-fashioned snap?
Just
Fine.
the newer ones that you pull up, they're easy to pull up.
Yeah.
Like you don't risk breaking your finger trying to set it.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
used
so
to
these new
scare
ones
me.
are cool, man.
I had to buy a box of like 10 of them.
Yeah.
I didn't use them all, but it's like, oh, fuck this. I'm
Yeah, it's
throwing
like
everyone
I'm not even playing with
And then
this.
I let one sit in the laundry room for a while
Yeah.
so the others could see.
You saw him messing.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Cut off his head, put on a little toothpick, set it
Yeah.
up.
I was outside by the pool one time and I saw a little salamander swimming. I took that thing and threw it over the fence.
To the neighbors?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love animals. I'm for nature. This is my land. You come on my land. The other day, I go outside and there is a fox in the neighbor's yard. And my dog Blue wants to go over and play with it.
Yeah.
Don't come in my yard, fox. Okay? All right? Stay in your neighbor's yard. That's fine. That's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See how I work?
Yeah. Am I
'Cause-
allowed in your yard?
We'll see.
Okay.
If Blue
All right.
likes you.
All right. Oh, yeah. Blue loves me.
Would you let your dog play with the fox?
No, I'd be scared of that.
Yeah.
I'd be scared it would get a disease.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I wasn't worried about it killing it or anything like
Yeah.
that, but
Those foxes are so pretty. I had one.
they really are.
They are.
One runs by the window where I sit when I work from home, and with the snow on the ground, like I'll see them run by about every afternoon about the same time. So pretty.
And they don't
Fox.
like attack things.
I
They
don't think
mean,
so.
Unless they're rabid or something.
I see a lot of social media videos with people like
Playing with them.
petting
Yeah.
foxes out in the backyard.
No.
Oh, I won't be
no,
doing
I would
that.
never do that.
Yeah, that would frighten me.
All right. Is that it?
Fox. That's it. We
is that the
went to
latest?
cake tasting, which was, oh God, it's amazing.
Do you just do like a
What'd you decide on?
vanilla and a chocolate, or like a?
So we're doing this place called Sugar Beets, and oh man, they're
I remember her from high school.
not tits, beets. Man, this white almond,
Oh, my.
white butter almond is fucking ridiculous, dude. It's crazy.
All right.
So
I want a piece.
yeah, it's going down. So we did that, and then we have like shooters and all kind of. It'll be cool.
Nice.
Yep, that's it.
That's great. Now I don't know how to bring this up, but it's
oh,
more
boy.
of a okay. So you said you had to go to a basketball game.
Shit.
I asked several times who was playing and never got an answer. I'm not asking right now because I feel like right now I'm getting fucked with.
No, you never asked. You immediately jumped to, for some reason, that I was playing basketball.
Well, here was my thought process. I may have to turn off Boogie's camera right now because I'm talking to Chris. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I knew it wasn't him. That old bastard's not playing anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think it was Jack because he's not in like an organization that does.
Yeah, he's graduated high
Right.
school, and yeah.
I didn't think he went all the way to Arizona to watch his daughter play.
Okay.
Okay.
It's fair. Reasonable guess.
I think he would have told us if it was Whitney because she was trying out for the WNBA.
Right. Which she's good enough.
So that leaves Gabe and Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was either one of them
Mm-hmm.
because they're such football stars they wouldn't want to go play another sport to hurt themselves.
Risk getting injured. Yeah, right.
But then I was told by a wise man that goes by the moniker of the Texter
Mm-hmm.
that two sport athletes are good when you're in high school.
Yeah, that football coaches actually encourage their players to play other
Yeah.
sports,
So,
according to the texter.
so it's got to be one of those guys.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I'm a father.
Yeah.
Okay, my kids did a lot of stuff in school.
Mm-hmm.
I could go on and on about all the great things they did.
Mm-hmm.
If I had those two boys and they were football guys, I'd be like, dude, I am not showing up for your fucking basketball game. I've had it. I've had it.
Enough is enough.
Right.
How much can one dad realistically be expected
Right.
to do? Yeah.
But also, I'm not a very good father. So
Oh.
it's a hard comparison.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I kind of like that it's still a mystery.
Yeah.
We have no idea
Yeah.
who was playing basketball.
Welcome back, Boogie.
Thanks.
Let's go to the texter. He's got a lot of good things to say.
Does he?
He's doing several things right now, and I admire his multitask ability.
Yeah, but do you admire his camera angles?
Yes.
I just
Could be
feel like
lower.
it's taped to his junk.
I know.
If he pulls up the double thumbs, I'm out.
Did you see that? Were you able to see what he did with the double thumbs?
What,
Oh,
just now?
boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, don't get him started.
If you listened last week, did you wonder what the hell we were all freaking out about? That was it.
I heard you. Oh, okay.
Well, now it's not working. That was my favorite one last week that he was just attempting.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Dear This Morning Show.
Oh.
The Netherlands since 2014 has shut down 23 prisoners to lack of criminals. 53 per 100,000 versus 531 per 100,000 in the U.S.
Wow.
We've got a lot of, I heard somewhere that we have the most prisoners than any other nation of our size.
And I'm not certain that we really try to rehabilitate anyone.
No.
Yeah.
This started, they started this little podcast back in February 1979.
I don't think that's true.
Can you jiggle my dongle? You made up a word.
Asynchronous. I didn't make that up.
Okay. Dear Boogie Nights,
Here we go.
what was it like to be knighted by the Queen? Thrilling, I would think.
It was thrilling.
So he
Texture.
thought correctly.
Yeah.
So this is when she was around, before King Charles.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Shelley Duvall.
Great.
Here's something. TJ Liberia got a job. He will work at Lockton after he graduated for Baker, where he played football. That's really awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what is Lockton?
It's an insurance company.
Okay.
And it's kind of the same topic of when your kids do that thing that have nothing to do with you, how proud you are
Yes.
that you got him to that point.
Yes. Yeah, I get it.
It was not snot on his stash. It was his breath that froze as it rose from his mouth and froze on the nearest host surface. That's still disgusting.
Yeah.
I go into Funky Town ready to knock out some MFers. That's true.
So toxic.
Wow. He really
Yeah.
is.
Gummies are illegal in Kansas.
Oh, God, I hope you weren't in Kansas.
We were in Kansas.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. I hope the authorities aren't listening to this program.
Now the
know.
gummies, I've had one in my lifetime, and I feel like I couldn't regulate myself, but I've had so much vodka, I know if I've gone too much and how much I can have.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, kind of foolishly to Jack, who's all up in my face, you just can't regulate yourself with that. And he's like, you can if you do it,
Yes.
dummy.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't do gummies.
Yeah,
You know?
every time I've done them, it's always you take one and I don't know, since I don't do that,
Yeah.
it's like I'm like, oh shit, am I high? Am I high? And it's like you're expecting some kind of almost instant reaction.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen, and then you foolishly take another one.
Yeah.
Well, when I
And
took
then an
one,
hour later, there you are.
I guess I've had it more than once, 2 or 3 times. But one time I'm like, my wife is like, "Yeah, I'll have half of this." I go, "I'm a big guy; I can have it."
Yeah.
That's not how.
Yeah.
It's not how it works.
And there are some people that gummies don't affect.
Yeah.
Like when they take THC orally, it just doesn't
Yeah.
impact them.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Dexter. Speaking of illegal, in Singapore, it was illegal to not flush the toilet after you use it. Very
Oh,
good.
okay.
Very good. I use peanut butter on my sandwich.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I would look for any traps before I take a bite then.
You should try also jelly with that. It's a thing.
That sounds like a good combo.
Yeah. Now a lot of people are saying, "Wow, that surely is enough of what's going on," but
We haven't even got to you.
yeah, we even got to me, and people are like, you don't need to go to me, but you do.
You do.
I want to
Okay.
know.
Thanks. So I do tell you, I had this weather is a pain in the rear.
It certainly
It's
is.
just you can't enjoy yourself. And I'm running around on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and it is sunny, but it's still cold,
Mhm.
and it's like you get you tolerate it,
Yeah, you just kind of get used to it a
Yeah.
little bit.
which is really terrible. But I'm trying to think what I did. There was a Martin Luther King Day,
Right.
and I did what most Americans do to show respect for such a not only Dr. King, but the movement and how it really helped change and move our democracy into really fulfilling its promises than where it really was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I slept all day long.
Oh, that's nice.
Great.
I think that's what MLK would have wanted for you.
Yeah. Then I went to a luncheon that talked about how great independence was. Who knew?
Oh.
Then your mom is in the rehabilitation thing, and she's there all by herself. No one visits her until
Oh, geez. Here we go.
I visited her.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was struck with how aware she is of herself, and she knows that rehabilitation stuff.
Like, what do you mean?
She was talking about this is going to really suck.
Oh,
and it does suck, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, but I'm
think
going to do it.
all of that is very true with her. Yep.
I probably said too many things that probably came off too insulting.
Oh.
For example, when she said that maybe you would build a ramp for her, I said, please don't have Chris or me do it for you because you'll die falling on that ramp.
Yes.
And then
Totally.
And then the neighbor got a call.
Thank God. Yes.
Then I told her she is 78 years old.
Correct.
I said, here's the bad news for you. You're too young not to go through rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm.
You got another, 15 years left.
Yeah.
Play your cards right. So you're gonna want to be mobile.
Yep.
And I don't know. I guess if you're 90, you don't think you're gonna die soon. You're going to the Detroit game and you're having a nice time. And you're happy they win.
You're balling, having a beer. Yeah.
But I feel like if I was 90 and broke my hip, I'd be like, eh.
Meh.
Yeah, right.
Good.
Yeah.
And if you're 50 and you broke your hip, you'd be like I know a guy young man who had his hip replaced last summer.
Yeah.
You have to do the work. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But if you're 78, you got to really get yourself together and say, what do I want to do with the rest of my life?
And I'll say I'm really happy that she is aware that it's going to require work on her part. She's not just going to get better unless she does the hard stuff. And it's scaring her right now, like learning to walk upstairs again. And they're trying to get her to do it with just one hand on a rail instead of two. And she's terrified of that right now.
She said that.
Yeah. So, but she's trying. So I'm proud of her.
And
very proud of her.
I'm not. I don't know if my mom would do the same. I think she would be tougher
not to crack.
Except she went through breast cancer treatment and just did it.
There you go.
So who knows? She said that her son is for some reason riddled with anxiety.
Who's this son?
And that his aunt, who was there,
My Aunt Glenda
was like that
there?
too.
Yeah.
And Harvey was like that too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, completely. That was my grandpa.
She said that when her son was a little boy, if the teacher would say, I'm really disappointed in this class, he would think, oh God, it was me.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's totally true. Not only would I think, oh, she's not talking to the whole class, she's talking to me directly. I would then go to, because she is talking to me directly and I got in trouble, I guess I will burn in hell for eternity because that's what I've learned at Sunday school.
Oh.
Wow.
That's some pretty tough anxiety for a 5 or 6 year old kid. You know? Yeah.
I thought I had some anxiety too, but
Yay, Christianity.
I never.
I was just about to say, way to go, religion.
Yes.
I never really. I always wanted to be Mr. Good Boy too, but man, that's rough, Chris.
Yeah.
But I did say this, and then I'll be done with talent reporting on my week.
Yeah.
I said, well, if that guy is riddled with anxiety and self-doubt, he's the most successful person I've ever known who's been like that. He's naturally funny. He's naturally kind. He's successful. He takes care of his responsibilities. And he's worried about stuff?
Oh.
And then
That's
it's like,
nice.
what's
Thanks, Paul.
what's the deal? my mental health person, she can't be on till March. She's busy, even though she's on this website that
what
says
if I'm in crisis?
she's on a website saying she wants to be on podcast.
Wow.
So she ain't gonna be on here. But anyway, what about the guy who's walking in the street? This is just, I'm not referring to anyone, Boogie. Walking down the street with a vodka, sitting underneath the bridge. Don't you kind of envy that guy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
What a
A little
loser.
bit. He's just got his strawberry gum.
Yes.
Probably a blanket for some reason and a handle of vodka. I don't know if there's a blanket, but in my mind there is. Just kind of over the shoulder.
So I wanted to show some other things that have come up, and
Oh.
I want you guys to hear this. I know you've heard it before, but I want everyone in our audience to listen to it, and I think it's important. What happened?
Okay, this is something we're watching.
And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild.
Someone deliver his own grandchild?
I don't believe that he delivered his own grandchild.
You know what's really funny about this? This is was everywhere. It was on Truth Social, and then it was everywhere on X.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's a Saturday Night Live parody.
Completely.
But these Trumpers love it.
Yeah. Love it and believe it. But then Lincoln Project did do a parody of this.
To ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump. I need somebody who can shape an axe, but wield a sword, who had the courage to step foot in North Korea, who can make money from the tar of the sand, turn liquid to gold, who understands the difference between tariffs and inflation, will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon.
If he saw that, he would be like, oh, this is amazing.
Oh, I'm sure he...
This is his post.
Yeah.
This is his post. I'm pulling it from his post on Truth Social. That's where I found it. He posted it.
So this is
real.
Someone made
real.
it.
This is real.
Yeah.
Someone made it, so he reposted it.
Yeah, he loved it.
But it really was initially created to
By
be a spoof, to be funny.
No,
but he grabbed it. And
that's what we don't know. I think it is. Looks like it was spoof, but I think they loved it.
I think it's real. I think.
So whether the original creator's intent was for it to be a spoof or not, he grabbed it and reposted it because he believes it and he thinks
that's right.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And by the way, your reaction of incredulousness is right on. Right on.
God.
Okay. I know where I believe there is a God, a higher power. Do you guys agree with that? Let's not get into specifics, but
yes, there is something greater. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also believe there's something in it with love. So he or she or it doesn't feel this way. But if you're talking about the God of, especially the Old Testament, he'd be pissed off about this thing.
Yeah. Oh, Old Testament God? Yeah.
He'd be like, what?
Yeah. All right, golden calf, come over
Right,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
And how could you worship a God and then believe this?
Yeah. I know.
It's so blasphemous,
But
it's
then
crazy.
put in another 72 hours.
But somehow the evangelicals
God had to have
believe
somebody
it.
willing to go into the den of vipers, Call out the fake news for their tongues as sharp as a serpent's. The poison of vipers is on their lips, and yet stop. So God made Trump. God said, I need somebody who will be strong and courageous, who will not be afraid or terrified of the wolves when they attack. A man who cares for the flock.
Because when people attack him, he doesn't act afraid at all.
No, he never acts scared.
He doesn't overreact to them and anything.
No. And he's definitely concerned about the flock and in no way his own self.
A shepherd to mankind who won't ever leave nor forsake them. I need the most diligent worker to follow the path.
I can't. I'm done.
Okay. Ooh, yeah.
That's what we're dealing with, folks.
Yeah.
And even more what we're dealing with, I believe, and I ordered a book about this very topic.
Oh.
It's all race.
Oh, wow.
Those evangelicals, it's all race. He's racist, so they like him. And they use Christianity from a race point of view. They're also sexist.
Oh, well, good. They're equal opportunity haters.
Yeah. So listen to this.
The dark things that I noticed during my time with the Republican Party and some things that I realized after the fact. For starters, a lot of the people, especially boys and men that I worked with during that time, were very religious. Usually they were either Catholic or evangelical. Speaking just from my experience, a lot of those same men were either closet gay or complete and total religious hypocrites. They never ever truly practiced what they preached, and they used the religion to cover their tracks and to label themselves as good people. Now I want to dive in a little more about some of the dark things that I noticed during my time with the Republican Party and some things that I realized after the fact.
Is she
For
starting
starters,
over?
a lot of the people, especially boys and men that I worked with during that time, were very religious. Usually they were either Catholic or evangelical. Speaking just from my experience, a lot of those same men were either closet gay or complete and total religious hypocrites. They never ever truly practiced what they preached, and they used the religion to cover their tracks and to label themselves as good people.
You could say that again.
Yeah. Thoughts, reactions?
I mean, not surprising to me.
I feel like regular-minded people or folks that aren't just all extreme one side or the other.
Yeah.
Like, kind of know that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly when it comes to the far right or quote unquote evangelicals. It's like you cover your bullshit under the umbrella of religion,
Mm-hmm.
but you do all the bullshit that your religion supposedly is preaching against.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Blows my mind.
Yeah. So there you go. I wanted to bring that up. And this week, Trump won he won the Iowa caucus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you guys some numbers if I still have them.
You said caucus. Yeah, he won. No, they're saying Haley has a chance to win New Hampshire.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She's a fucking...
Dang it, I lost my... Oh.
What is wrong with the... God.
Well, she can't... To Paul's point about everything being race, it's interesting. Her comments about this isn't a racist country. She can't afford to lose those evangelicals, so she's...
There you go.
She's got to say that. And, ugh, good.
Oh, I had some interesting numbers here. And let me try to find it here.
Well, here, I'll throw some out while you're looking.
Yeah.
2.4.
2.4.
Negative 6.
Those are some interesting numbers, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
5.
Yeah, another interesting number.
Okay.
This is how you fill dead air, folks.
Okay.
It's how the pros do it.
I'm really interested in why you went with negative 6.
Well, I was trying to think, what is unique? Well, negative numbers, we don't come across those too often.
Right.
And,
yeah.
I don't know.
6 in general just doesn't get a lot of attention.
It doesn't. It's just kind of
So
nondescript.
you drop a negative in front of it.
Yeah.
Now
Now it's fun.
Now you got something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I like it.
Now, what's fun about 6 is when you change it, like you're talking about 6 things. It's like a sextet or sextuplets.
Yes.
Then 6 becomes sex. Now things are fun.
Now you got something going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you really want to get goofy,
Yeah.
flip the 6 upside down. Boom. 9. Just like that.
Pow. Wow.
Just like that.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm gonna try to go by memory here.
Okay.
Oh,
boy.
Well, this should be accurate.
Yeah. Fuck you. Okay. 56,000.
Okay.
I'm rounding up. What do you think that number is?
The number of voters that took part in the caucus?
That's the number of votes that Donald Trump got.
Okay.
Okay. 14%.
the gap between he and the next closest person?
The number of registered Republicans in Iowa that showed up for the
Oh.
okay.
So of all registered Republicans in Iowa, 14% showed up for
Yes.
the caucus. Okay.
450,000.
The salary I wish I had.
Yes.
Okay.
The number of registered Republicans in the state of Iowa.
Okay.
2.4 million
The number of people in the state of Iowa?
registered voters.
Registered
State of
voters in
Iowa.
Iowa. Okay.
Okay.
I'm rounding this one up. I wish I had this. 2,500. 2,500.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. 2,500.
2,500 is the number of votes that Trump got more than other people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
2,500?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Trump got 51% of 14%.
Mm-hmm.
50,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
No, he had 56,000. The next number is 50,000.
Yeah. That's the combined other votes that he didn't get.
That's how many votes I got.
Oh. Gotcha.
Wow.
Wow.
You're as good as Trump.
Yes. I was actually going the other way with it.
Yeah.
I put a positive
He's as
spin on it.
insignificant as me, is my point.
So,
Got it.
and I don't want to be Pollyanna, but when you were talking last week about how you think he's going to win the presidency, the numbers you just gave, that's why I don't think he will win. I think he's got a rabid, ardent base, but I don't think he's pulling anybody new in. And when he couldn't win before,
He is not pulling anyone new in. The question is going to be, will people against him go vote? Will
for
they
him, you mean, or
against him?
Against
oh,
him.
to
'Cause
show up
everybody's so
because
just indifferent at this
Yeah.
point.
Now, Trump always says, "Oh, I've had more people come to the votes for me than anyone."
Yeah.
What he also forgets to mention is he had more people go vote against him than anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it would be smart for the Biden campaign to say, "Yeah, we're just better than the other guys who don't vote for him. That's why we won." But that's why he won,
Yeah, totally.
and that's why he'll win again
Mhm.
if people go vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me be clear, too. When I say I don't think Trump will win, that doesn't mean those of us who support somebody else can just sit back and do nothing. Like,
Mhm.
I think it's all in. It is a huge fight that matters.
But the question is, will people be excited enough about Joe Biden to go vote?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think enough. I think enough will.
Yeah. So I guess with my numbers that I thought I wrote down and didn't. But you
It was
got
a
the
good
gist
segment,
of
though.
it. The gist of it is.
Yeah.
The gist of it is. Dirty motherfucker. Pull the white. He just gave me a white.
Oh, totally.
The gist of it is. The media is effed up because they act like this was such a big coronation.
Mm-hmm. They do it all the
It's
time.
Iowa. No one has ever, like, Joe Biden didn't win Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, no, I know Trump didn't win Iowa when he first won. I don't think Obama won Iowa when he first won.
Yeah.
No one cares about Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we're moving to the next of New Hampshire, which is a primary. It's not a caucus.
Right.
Independents can vote.
Mm-hmm.
But can you think about more undiverse states than Iowa,
Iowa
and
and
New Hampshire?
It'd be hard. It'd be hard to top that. Yeah.
And everyone is mad at the political insiders of the DNC are mad at Biden because he said that South Carolina should be first.
Mm-hmm.
No, New Hampshire's always been first. The point is, if you remember how he was losing and almost out of the race, and then he killed in South Carolina because the most loyal Democratic base voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't vote for someone as radical as Bernie, and they didn't vote for someone as inexperienced as Pete.
Mm-hmm.
They went with the guy who they thought would win. And that group is black women.
Okay. Who continue to save this country?
Continue to save
Yes.
this country.
Thank you.
The problem is this. Save us again. And they may just be like, I'm tired of saving you guys.
Yeah. You know what? You guys can help yourselves now.
Right.
And I wouldn't blame them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So please save us again. You're our only hope. Guys, we do a news quiz.
We certainly do.
And
Save us, black women.
I see a little Princess Leia.
Save us, black women.
You're all
And then she goes, Trump's coming. And she looks off to the side.
Oh, that is rich.
Star
Let's do the
Wars
next.
reference.
I tell you what, I haven't been watching the news that much lately.
I've been trying to stay away from it from a mental health.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Quiz. This is where we go to the CNN News quiz and ask the questions. And then what is great is that we answer the question so you know the answer, listener. But also we use this opportunity to tell you a little more insight that we have
Yeah.
about the news of the day.
Yeah. And it's always on point and
Accurate as ever.
poignant. Yes.
Which Republican presidential candidate won the Iowa caucuses by an unprecedented margin? There we go again.
Yep, there we go.
Unprecedented margin. 51%. Now, if you think 49% of the people who actually showed up did not want Trump.
Right.
Now, if that was Joe Biden with 51, the world would be on fire.
Yes.
Ah!
Yeah.
49% of the Democrats don't want him. Ah!
Yep. That is 100% true. Yeah. He hasn't solidified the party behind him.
Yes.
Oh no, it's too late.
And it would show a problem because Democrats who wouldn't vote for their main guy end up not voting.
Mm-hmm.
These Republicans, they'll come back around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I heard something on the radio. I wanted to ask you this, Chris.
Yeah.
This guy said he ran for local office.
Oh, okay.
This guy is the Veterans for Trump in Florida.
Okay.
He ran for local, and people said to him, well, did you support Trump? And he said he would answer yes, and then they wouldn't want to have anything to do with him.
Oh, wow.
He said, well, once we started talking about other things, we noticed that we had a lot. And it's not fair that people would ask that question on a local thing because it's nonpartisan type thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
Well, let me say when I was running for office, I would get questions on gun control and abortion.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that as a city council person, I have no impact on whatsoever. But for the people that would ask, I think ideologically, it was really important to them that they match up completely with their candidate.
I I got a lot of those too when I ran for office. Just this has nothing to do with it. But I'm going to vote. I'm not voting for someone who supports Trump because to me, that shows that they admire that way of being a public official.
Yeah.
And it shows their lack of judgment and discernment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just by that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to vote for that person.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Now, this is different from I voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
Not I started a group where I'm the leader to support him in the future.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say, Boogie? It was going to be insightful.
I forgot. That's how important it was. No, I feel like there's a certain amount of people that will vote for like this guy who said he supported Trump
because of that, right?
But then, or they yeah, right. There's a certain amount of people who think, okay, this guy is saying that he supports Trump in order to get the numbers. But once he gets in office, we'll see his true colors, which will turn out to be a more middle of the road, less. And I feel like there's a certain amount of people on these lower ticket politicians who think that person exists, that they're using Trump to get numbers. Once they're in, they'll flip a little bit and go a little more to the middle. But
they haven't, though. That's the problem.
They're thinking that they're going to govern with a more level head.
Yeah.
But that person still hasn't.
It just hasn't happened. Yeah. I think that's what people. I think that's what most people thought in 2016.
I think initially there's a good amount of people that thought that about Trump.
Yeah. Susan Collins.
It's like.
As one.
Yes. Yep. It's like he's talking crazy as shit because he wants to get the numbers. He knows he needs the support of the super far right and the evangelicals. But once he gets there, he's like not the regular politician guy. He's going to move a little closer to the middle.
Yeah.
Perfect example. It just never happened.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. We just saw over in Johnson County, they had these Moms for Liberty candidates in all the school board races.
Lord.
They got trounced. And I think, again, it's I'm going to hang on to these big numbers. Well, what you're hanging on to is a loud minority that's very vocal, but it's not huge numbers. And they're starting to find it out in these local elections.
And things like that bring your optimism.
That brings my optimism.
Because we don't see the opposition to it because they're just like living their life.
Yeah, they're just living normal lives. They're not out convincing everyone that the world's against them and they're the only right answer. And
they're not doing a podcast where they talk about the news of the day. Where I am like worried about it.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see here in Independence, there is a candidate for city council right now who last time she ran, she didn't win, but she ran as a, pro-Trump Republican, blah, blah, blah. I'll be curious to see if she continues that.
That candidate, she walks around saying, I was so close to winning mayor. I have so much support.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Nobody supports you. Let me tell you, as a former elected official, no one supports you. No one knows you.
Yeah, right.
And no one cares.
Yeah.
Whether you're in or out.
You're like, wow, I'm kind of a big deal. I haven't elected. Yeah, you're not.
You're not.
Nobody cares.
No one cares.
At all.
No one cares.
Yeah.
And it is an adjustment when you're done with it, and the mentally healthy people deal with it. I could name several people who still think they're a big deal, and they're not in office.
Yes.
And they lost.
Yeah. Yep.
You would think that is a lesson.
You would think.
To help them in their life.
That's funny. You know exactly who I'm talking about, too, with the local candidate.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So 1 for 1. Good job, guys. The iconic an iconic musician recently achieved EGOT status, the acronym reserved for those who win Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. Who was it?
Sir Elton.
Elton John.
No, I'm glad you guys knew that. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was Elton John, and I'm trying to think. He must have won an Emmy.
He must have. The Emmys were on this last week.
Yeah.
Do you know what he won for, Boogie?
I have no clue.
Oh.
I think it was the Emmy, though, but I don't
He
know.
won for the film Emmy, Elton John live farewell from Dodger Stadium. Now the other choices were Cher, Adele, Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney is way above the EGOT anyway, so he wouldn't need that. Okay.
Had a feeling.
An active member of the U.S. Armed Forces was crowned as the 2024 Miss America this week. In which branch of the military does she serve? Wow, I don't know this one.
I don't know this one either.
Okay, the choices are Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard. There's not Space Force.
Not Space Force, not the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like Coast Guard.
I feel like Coast Guard because they don't have Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would normally go
That's what I would think. But
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, right? So because they don't have Marines, I'm thinking
Okay.
Coast Guard.
Oh.
Oh, they threw that in.
I was with
They
you on
red
the
herring
logic
me.
there. Yeah.
I was too.
Well, we fell for it like a bunch of suckers.
We did.
Madison Marsh, a 22-year-old second lieutenant in the U.S. Air Force, was crowned as the new Miss America. She's the first active duty Air Force officer to receive the national title.
Congrats to her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's great. They're like women in the military? What's going on here?
Yes, I know.
There's just no reflection of, oh, you let trans people in the military. Oh, don't ask, don't tell, don't let people know if there's gay people.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not segregate the, let's not desegregate the military. Let's not have women. It just, people will applaud this, but then meanwhile say, oh, we need to tell the military about what to do with trans people.
Yep.
You know what the military says? We don't care.
Don't ask, don't tell.
No, they're going to
Oh,
say
wait,
we
they don't
don't
say that
care.
Yeah.
It's you politicians that care. We're gonna put together the most effective force we can, regardless of what whoever comes and volunteers for us.
That's what I would like them to do.
You know what? I'm gonna say this about the military. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most, in my opinion, efficient, largest, most efficient large is what I mean to say, organization ever in the history of time.
Then you never worked at Sprint.
Actually, I did.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I say that. Which island nation recently elected a new leader?
I don't know this one.
It's Taiwan.
Okay.
And it was quite a deal because Taiwan, they defied threats from China by electing a new president loathed by Beijing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's always threats of,
Yeah.
they got a real bugaboo about Taiwan.
They really do. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's strange, isn't it? I guess, I went on a cruise in November.
Uh-huh.
We went around a very beautiful tropical island.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're the biggest superpower of the military we've ever done, because Cuba's kind of a problem for us. It always has been for a while.
Yeah.
So
for a minute.
So maybe Taiwan is they really feel like they own Taiwan and they're really pissed off about it.
It's pretty scary. That one's to me more scary than Russia and Ukraine if China were to decide, okay, we're going to invade Taiwan.
Why is that? Why do you think it's?
Because I feel like China's an actual superpower and Russia isn't.
Yeah,
and
Russia's full of shit.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Which type of Apple, this is the last question, guys. Which type of Apple product was once again banned in America this week? Wow. It's got to be the Apple Pencil.
I've never heard of the
never
Apple
heard of that,
Pencil.
so I'm gonna go with-
The choices are iPhone 15, iPhone 15, Apple Watch, iPad Air, which I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
And then Apple Pencil.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think we got to go pencil.
Incorrect.
Wow.
What?
We don't know anything.
Apple Watch imports were banned in the U.S. again to a patent dispute over the device's pulse oximeter function, a tool that measures the oxygen concentration in the bloodstream.
Emphasis on tool.
Wow, I didn't know this at all. I got a new Apple Watch
Oh, you got the iWatch?
No, I got that several months ago, and it wasn't banned then.
God dang! I wonder if you're on the lam now because you're wearing an iWatch. Never, yeah. We didn't do so great this week.
We got 3 out of 5, which means we did pass. Not stellar.
No. But I do think it's been better for my mental health not to be looking at the news as much this last
But here's
week.
the good news. The texter's going to wrap it up, make
good.
it all worthwhile. There's a listener from Toronto on Facebook, Murphy Murph. He's one of our favorites.
Love Murphy Murph. Love the Murph.
I know a guy who got a hip implant last summer, too.
I bet he does.
I was going to go visit that guy when he got a hip implant. Same guy, I think.
Yeah.
He went water skiing or something that weekend.
Yeah. He didn't have time for your visit.
Yeah.
He had to go be active.
I cover my tracks in the snow so my neighbors don't know if I was peeping in or not. That's good.
It's good thinking.
The most interesting number is 3.14159 ...
Oh. Pie.
I don't like it.
And Sarah Silverman is from New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Again, insightful, poignant comments as always.
Let's take a break, guys. We've gone
really long.
Way too long. I apologize, but it happens. It happens every week. We'll be right back with more Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul starring Boogie and introducing the texter.
Looking at the past 7 days so you don't have to. You could join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060.
We've been told that perfect mornings exist for the lucky few. That morning people own the waking hours. But the truth is, mornings belong to all of us. Your mornings are what you make of them. All it takes is saying yes. Starbucks Morning Yes.
Look for Starbucks coffee in a grocery store near you, then sit back and enjoy the exceptional taste of Starbucks at home.
Hi, this is Chickless Goose from Counterclockwise KC. Listen to our program each and every Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio. Personality-driven radio.
Hi guys, it's your old friend Paul from KCTK Radio, reminding you again to download the KCTK Radio app. You're listening and you're going, I don't need the app, but you do need the app. Here's why. It's free, okay? You already got Candy Crush, all kinds of jackleg apps on your phone.
It's free.
Yeah, just get it for free. And then if you ever want to participate live sometime, you can put the notification on there. Also, you always can get the podcast on there as soon as they come out. So it's a fun thing to do. I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you, please. You're going to have fun. I've noticed something about you. You need to relax a little bit. You know, you need to kind of chill out.
Get away from TikTok.
Yeah, get away from TikTok for a little bit and listen to the KCTK Radio app. It's free. It will get into your brain and it will never leave you. So join us on the KCTK Radio app and have fun for once in your life. Do it the KCTK podcast way.
I'm excited to tell you about Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing. Blue cheese dressing with a little kick. Bronco Blue is an artisan-made salad dressing dip created in small batches. It is like no other salad dressing you've ever had, and it's made right here in Kansas City. Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing is made by our favorite chef here in Kansas City, Stephanie Broncato. And Stephanie's been making this dressing since she was 10 years old. This is her secret recipe, and one of the only ones she won't share with you because it's that good. Bronco Blue is a small batch, artisan-made blue cheese dressing with only the finest ingredients, with no preservatives. It is like no other blue cheese dressing you've ever had. And you, folks, should try a jar today. You won't regret it. And you can get it by the pint or half pint, your choice. Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing, the official dressing of KCTK Radio. Now, I want you to go right now to www.broncobluecheesedressing.com. Again, it's www.broncobluecheesedressing.com to place your order today. Get Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing. Blue cheese dressing with a little kick. And tell them that Bo, the official Bronco of Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing, sent you.
This may be a little surprising for a lot of people, but I was blessed enough to receive a gift after Christmas. And it wasn't my birthday. There was no reason. It wasn't like an anniversary or anything, but I got a gift. And it is the passport card. You know what the passport card is?
No, I don't.
The passport card has where you can get deals on different restaurants around town.
Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah.
Somebody gave me that. And I'm like, well, that's nice. I can go to some of the nice restaurants. Majestic is on there.
Well, you're right uptown.
But I worried.
Yeah? What'd you worry about?
Where's my favorite place to eat?
McDonald's?
No.
Lakewood Local. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm like, I'll never use this. The food will never be as good as it is at Lakewood Local.
Well, and I'm assuming even with the passport cards, you're not going to get the price you get at Lakewood Local for like a lunch special.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then I looked at it further. The Lakewood Local is included in the passport card.
What? Are you, Catherine, are you seeing this?
Yeah. Come on, Catherine. So it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
That you get such delicious food.
So good.
Discounts at lunch. Well, already even full price, you're getting a deal.
Yeah.
But it's such a community place that they have also on the passport card. So many people try it.
Oh, that is so awesome.
If any of your New Year's resolution is to eat right, save money, and the Lakewood Local is not included in this, then I can't say anything more than you're an idiot and stop listening to this.
Wow, that's harsh.
So check out the Lakewood Local and tell them Charlie and Hank sent you.
Ooh.
And Gilly. And welcome back to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the Texter.
Yay.
I'm very happy that you're back, Boogie.
Thanks, man. It's good.
You were missed.
You were missed, yeah.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's good to be back. I feel empty.
Yeah.
When I'm not here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that whole week, I feel like something is wrong.
Well, and with just Paul and me and the texter, I don't know. We're missing that final leg.
Yeah, it's like we were four legs together, and one was ripped off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
To quote a literary work.
Yep, now we're teetering.
Yeah.
But we're not now because you're back, so thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Man, it is good.
Isn't that good?
I don't know if you saw the Emmys and all this Emmys or you've watched any shows, but I'm assuming you don't know anything because you haven't heard Pop Culture Update lately.
That's right.
Yeah.
I missed the show, so I have no clue what's going on in pop culture.
Well, let's get you back up to date,
Please.
Boogie.
Please do.
Let's start with this. George Carlin AI special criticized by his daughter. Kelly Carlin is not happy about a comedy special centering on her late father. Carlin spoke out against George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead, which uses artificial intelligence to recreate the famed comedian's voice and image. My dad spent a lifetime perfecting his craft from his very human life, brain, and imagination, the younger Carlin wrote in a statement posted on X, formerly Twitter. No machine will ever replace his genius, she continued. These AI-generated products are clever attempts at trying to recreate a mind that will never exist again. Let's let the artist's work speak for itself.
What's your thoughts on that?
This is the first I've heard of this.
I had heard of it.
You had? I have.
No, I mean this is the first time because this is show breaks news.
Oh, that's right.
So-
Yeah. How else would you have known about it?
Right. Sorry.
That bothers me a little bit at first reading it.
I think this AI use is just it's gone too far, you know.
So ugly, even a scarecrow wouldn't scare the birds away.
It's true. That
My
is
guy,
true.
what is with the technical skills around here? Sorry about all those mistakes, listener.
Thanks, Beast Mode. And AI has
You're
just gone too far.
You're right. AI has gone way too far. Jeez.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
I'm afraid to say though, it's just the way it is now. I mean,
I think it is our new reality, and I don't. We're gonna have to figure it out because I do think AI is going to take over a lot of jobs that we have.
A lot.
And
yeah.
I'm fearful for my job.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm fearful, but if you know anything about history and they're like, oh, the car is going to be bad, or you know, all this stuff is going to, and you're like, come on, why'd they still worry about it? Well, a lot of people lost jobs.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know?
we at work have this HR consultancy firm we have a subscription to, and we were meeting with them, and they were telling us they're offering AI products now, but they're like, yeah, I mean, we've really figured out, like, you can put in all the parameters and just have AI spit out an instructor-led course for you on any subject.
Fuck those smartless boys. The next week program has its own alcoholic and gay guy. You fellas are so much funnier.
Wait, what?
Whoa, AI beast mode.
Wow.
He went there.
What's good, my neighbors? Welcome to Past Week. Next week, we got a fantastic lineup for you, including an exclusive news quiz. But first, let's dive into what's been going on with my boys.
See, sometimes AI is not, they're behind.
Yeah, it's a little behind.
Sometimes
It's a
they
little
are.
behind.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think, I'm sorry, just before we leave this, you know, I do get there's some benefits and efficiencies to using all that. But in this particular story and situation, I just feel like it's so shitty to use a specific individual as well.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if you want to have an AI try to write jokes, all right, just try it and, you know, whatever, see what happens. If it's good, great, it worked out.
Yeah.
But to take the identity of a great like
That's
that,
I think you're right.
Like when you go back to Natalie Cole singing and having the hologram of her dad, that was actually her dad, right?
Right.
That was him, just how he had performed. This is like making up.
Yeah.
That bothers
new
me.
stuff. It's like,
Just like making someone famous say things they never would say.
Very good point, Paul. You are right again.
Hey, Beast Mode put a button on it there. Yeah. Paul.
Thanks, Chris. Richard Simmons comments on new biopic about him starring Pauly Shore. Fitness icon. That cracked me up for some reason. Fitness icon Richard Simmons says he is not participating in the development of the newly announced biopic about his life starring comedic actor Pauly Shore. You may have heard this may be doing a movie about me with Pauly Shore. I have never given my permission for this movie, so don't believe everything you read. Simmons, who is notoriously private, wrote in a rare statement posted on his verified Facebook page on Wednesday. He added, I just tried to live a quiet life and peaceful. Thank you all for your support. Shore is set to star as Simmons in the upcoming biopic that's been produced by the Wolper
Never heard
organization,
of.
a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. Pauly Shore's old.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't they want a younger guy to like the whole life of Richard Simmons? He can't be that much younger.
No, he's
than
probably
Richard
about
Simmons.
the same age. I did see pictures of Pauly Shore.
Uh-huh.
He looks similar.
I think
to
young
Richard
he looks very. So here's what's funny. I saw a headline of this. I was at the gym, and you know, volume's not up or whatever. But they're talking about this story. I didn't know that yet. So they just show a picture of Richard Simmons, and in my mind, I go, man, if they ever did a story about him, Pauly Shore looks a lot like. And then flips to fucking Pauly Shore, and I go, oh my god, they look a lot alike.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing Pauly Shore. Like, whoa.
Now, have you seen those movies where they did a lot in Iron Man, and the movie I just rewatched was The Irishman, where they do a lot of trying to make the actor look younger through CGI.
Right.
What do you think of those? They throw me off.
I feel like I can tell.
Yeah.
I can totally tell.
Yeah.
Are you saying, like, what do we think about it as far as...
Yeah.
If the actor is saying, okay, cool, let's do it for this, then that's...
No, I guess I'm at... it throws me off. I don't buy it for a second.
Oh, no, I don't buy it at all.
And maybe the technology will get better. Where
I'm sure
it looks,
will get better.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
But what's crazy, you look at some of these deep fake videos that people put out on the TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
They look just like the person.
Yes, you're right.
Like way better than the CGI of making them look younger
in the movie. Yeah.
I just saw a TikTok and it's Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio dancing around doing regular TikTok things. But it's not them.
Wow. And it looks like them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Scary.
Back to you, Chris.
Hey, thanks, Paul.
Speaking of scary.
The Mandalorian and Grogu? Somebody know?
Grogu. Yeah.
Grogu
That's
are getting a movie.
Baby Yoda. This is real name.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Lucasfilm way. The Mandalorian is coming to the big screen. The company on Tuesday announced that director Jon Favreau will produce and direct The Mandalorian and Grogu, a movie spinoff of the popular Disney Plus series starring Pedro Pascal. I've loved telling stories set in the rich world that George Lucas created, Favreau said in a statement. The prospect of bringing The Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu to the big screen is extremely exciting. Well, good. I don't have Disney Plus, so I've not watched any of these shows. So.
Were you or are you a Star Wars person?
I'm not.
I never have been either.
Yeah.
I am.
So you like the TV series of these?
I love it. The Mandalorian is awesome. It's really good. Yeah, there's been one that wasn't that good, but The Mandalorian and the one about Obi-Wan were both really good.
Good.
So that's cool that this is turning into a movie.
Yeah.
It's a, what's his hit? Favreau's behind it.
Yeah.
Which
So he normally
he's
does
great.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. He always does good
It'll be
work.
I saw that Disney had actually it was movies that did bad. Disney had a bad year, and Blue Beetle was the worst making money in DC history.
Wow.
And
Worse than
Shazam also was a disappointment. But you saw Aquaman 2?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, so between Aquaman 2, Shazam, and Blue Beetle, I would say those are... Wonder Woman 2 was horrible too. DC is just completely...
Wow,
tanked.
DC's off the rails,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
I know that the texter loves it when we talk about comic book movies, but I think they're over, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're back.
There's got to be some...
Now, I will say, Echo is actually pretty good.
Echo.
Yeah, she's a character. She's
Oh,
from
okay.
Marvel. She's
Okay.
from Marvel. And she just had a really limited series. It was only 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They just launched on Disney and Hulu at the same time.
Fighting the
I saw
Kingpin.
the preview for that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
It's really good. But both DC and Marvel, like as of late, it's just been bad.
I'm gonna watch Blue Beetle, just because I'm just that DC loyalist. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Nerd.
So here's
But
the,
I won't see Aquaman 2 because Aquaman 1 was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh well, they upped themselves in Aquaman.
Did they
2.
really?
Yeah, they did. I will say I'm not a huge Lopez fan, but in
George Lopez. Yeah.
but in Blue Beetle, he kind of carries the movie.
Oh, okay.
He's funny as shit.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. There you go, folks.
All right. Paul?
Back to me. Sally Field reveals Burt Reynolds refused to attend the Oscars with her the first year she won. Sally Field is sharing more about what she said happens in her relationship with the late Burt Reynolds. The Academy Award-winning actress dated Reynolds for about 5 years back in the 1970s. He died at the age of 82 in 2018. It must be People magazine reports that Field talked about her time together in a new book called 50 Oscar Nights. Field told the author that Reynolds was not happy with all the attention she received, and she was nominated for Oscar for a performance in Norma Rae, according to the report. He did not want me to go to the Cannes Film Festival at all, she shared. He said You don't think you're going to win anything, do you? It turned out she did win Best Actress in 1980.
Somebody was a little jealous.
Yeah, he sure
sounds
was.
like, wow.
He sure was.
Wow, that's well, that's too bad.
That's too bad because he didn't he actually even get nominated in
I thought he did in Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah, ironically.
Did he win?
I don't know.
Boogie Nights, the movie about pornographers, not the third mic on a great.
Not the story of my life.
Yeah. Not Boogie Nights,
Volume
the co-host that consumes pornography.
Fair.
Before we move on for pop culture, the texter has.
Oh, yeah.
Please, Boogie Nights, not the movie. Are you going to tell us how you discovered Brad Pitt?
Oh, maybe the texter's not believing that you thought Pauly Shore should play Richard Simmons.
No,
What?
I think it has to do with that. We got a teaser text one time. The Boogie wanted to tell us a story about him being at the gym. I don't know if it's appropriate for
the
airwaves.
Oh, yeah. The more I thought about it, I'll save that for off the air.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right,
Fair enough.
and you can get this exclusive off the air content.
Oh no, it was in regard to the Richard Simmons. He's saying.
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking that it was the other thing because I was going to ask you about that. But you can get this exclusive off the air content by sending a check addressed to Boogie Night directly, and he'll give you a call and tell you the story, and you'll love it so very much.
I'm looking at you, Murph.
Poor Murph.
Murph and Cordell. I'm looking at both of you.
Murph is just sitting there going, "Gosh, I hope they take a loonies."
That was a very good Canadian joke.
It was.
Thanks. I've been working on that for quite a while. Hey guys, we have another segment that we're going to go to. This may be the last time we're going to go to it. I've said that before, and perhaps I'll say it again. But it is sports.
Ooh.
Man, we're living in a sports world, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
And this is our sports segment.
Oh, this is where we get to nap.
Yeah.
Because the intro is so long.
Yes.
Okay, this is BK's sports report. And,
my favorite segment.
Who won? Okay. Uh-oh. The basketball game that you that you were involved with.
Yes.
Did the team that you wanted to win, did they win?
Yes, both games.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great. Okay.
Great.
That's awesome. Yeah, good to hear.
Congratulations. So there's the latest on that, folks. Chiefs game today.
Yeah.
Last week they played a little team called the
Dolphins.
The Fins.
And they played pretty good. I think the Dolphins lost the last half of the Buffalo game. You could just see the balloon went out when they lost.
They lost. Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm tracking.
And they were playing the same, and I think they just lost their.
Yeah, and to who knows if there's really something, but the guy was born in Hawaii. He plays for Miami. He's never won a game that's like less than 40 degrees or something.
I started watching Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, they really are just down now as far as their head count.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's a huge part of it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Their two starting linebackers are out. I think Chubb's a linebacker. Chubb and Phillips, I think. Number 15.
Yeah.
But they're both out, and like they were down to, scraps.
I'm very consistent with my predictions. I predicted the Chiefs would lose.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Dolphins or today?
Against the Dolphins. I also predicted the Chiefs would win against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
why don't you predict they lose today?
I predict they lose, and I'm wearing Chiefs regalia today so I can burn them tomorrow because they're going to embarrass us so bad.
That's too nice of a tracksuit to burn, dude.
Yeah,
it's too big. So I don't know your thoughts, guys, and do me a favor, don't give me any hope.
Well,
because it hurts. It hurts so deeply.
Yeah, but the Chiefs are they're the underdog, and they should be today, in my opinion. They are in
Absolutely.
They are in Buffalo's house. Josh Allen has been playing like a man possessed, carrying the team. You know, they had a crappy first part of the year, and then he just kind of said, "Okay, we're going to do this." Now, Buffalo has some big injuries too. Talking about the Dolphins being depleted, yeah, Buffalo's got a lot of big injuries on defense. Gabe Davis is that? Wait, is
different? No, that's pretty good. No, different last name though.
Okay,
different last name.
Okay, wow. I'm like, wait a minute. But Gabe Davis, their number 2 receiver, is out. When I left this morning, they didn't know about Stephon Diggs, if he was going to be able to play or not. He showed up on the injury report Friday, so they may be without their 2 top receivers.
Oh man!
All of that to not give you any hope because we don't have anybody that can catch the ball.
Right. I was going to say, speaking of receivers, did anybody just belly laugh when Marquez Valdez-Scantling caught a pass last week and then was all like talking shit?
Yes.
I'm like, go fucking sit down on the bench.
That guy. Oh,
he just showed out like he been balling all year.
Yes, and like, dude,
if he just would have did a humble, yes, I did it, right? One of these numbers, like, thank you, I'm trying to get back. That would have been so much better, but he just showed out like, oh.
And you know what's very depressing to me about that? They were showing the championship game from last year, AFC championship game, when all of our receivers went down, and MVS was like the only receiver we had left. He was catching everything, making great catches, and then this whole year, just bad.
Ooh. Speaking of which, is Tony back this week?
He is out for this game.
He's out too.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if you remember the very first game of the season.
I do.
And my commentary was this.
You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. Nerds!
And do you remember who I refer to as a bunch of goddamn nerds?
The Detroit Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I wrong about that?
Yeah.
No
boy,
shit.
look at them go. How
I like
ironic
to
would
formally
it be?
apologize to the Detroit Lions.
Even with the tip of the cap.
Give him a tip of the hat.
It would be interesting if we somehow ended up in the Super Bowl and so did the Lions, because it was the very first game of the NFL season, and then it would be the very last
that be
game
nice
of the NFL season.
So, let's predict the score, Chris?
I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go Buffalo 30, Chiefs 27.
Okay.
I actually like that. That feels right.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be different, I'll go 34-24.
Okay.
Okay.
Buffalo.
I think it's going to be.
Oh, we need to write these down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Chris, you were 30-27.
30-27 Buffalo.
I'm 34-24 Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's going to be 86-2.
Whoa.
No, I think they'll get 3. The
Chiefs will get 3.
Chiefs will get 3.
Oh, okay.
86-3.
So they'll get a safety and an extra point.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
An extra point without a touchdown.
Hey, if anybody could do it,
they
it's the
couldn't just
Chiefs.
kick a field goal for the 3. It
has to be an extra point.
No, it's going to be a safety, but
safety.
but they're not going to get an extra point.
That's awesome.
Josh Allen is going to say, "We have so many points, we're going to give you one."
We're going to gift you
Oh,
one.
okay. That makes sense.
That's nice. Yeah.
So that's what I think is going to happen.
Oh, that's cool.
I need to save this.
Yeah, hang on to that so we can see if we're correct. And who's
When it gets
closest.
to a point where somebody is that shit, I start to feel sorry for him.
So
What was
That's a great soundbite.
What was that? Play that again.
it's a soundbite I have ready when I mess something up, which is all the time.
When it gets to a point where somebody is that shit, I start to feel sorry for him.
This guy is talented. He's had some bad luck, but then he has not produced on the main stage. And at some point, you just need to let someone else step up.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hard, but true.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the feedback.
That's what she said.
I appreciate it. Okay, let's. I guess we're ready for get you ready for the next week.
Yeah, I got to pull this up here.
Now, are you? What do you guys? so it's a dry. It's so dry. January.
Yeah.
So are you just going to stay at home, watch the game?
That's my plan.
Does that change what you normally would do?
For the football game?
Yeah.
Tonight? I would probably be home anyway. The difference is I'm sure I'd have beer.
Okay.
I would probably be at the Lakewood local watching the game.
Does the weather have anything with that going?
I think the weather, honestly, I'm kind of thankful for this weather during dry January because it's harder
I
to
think the
get
weather is
out.
really helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so we're going to be consumed with that. I'm going to watch it and yell at the screen and get myself all worked up.
Good.
Then go into win or lose, go into probably about 24 to 48 hours of what's wrong with you? You let this affect your emotions that much?
You're so weak. You let a child's game.
Right. You didn't even play football. You weren't even an athlete. You've never, ever been an athlete.
Yeah.
What's your problem? Grow the fuck up. And then Wednesday, it's like, okay, I'm growing up. I'm fine. Thursday, I don't care about anything. Friday, Red Friday, man. Let's keep going again.
And the wheel keeps on turning, man.
And it's never ending. So we're going to get you prepared for that type of week.
Yeah. We are.
Headlines and predictions.
Yeah, folks, this is where we take actual news stories ripped straight from the headlines and we write our own punchlines, a la this one that I'm about to begin right now. Congress approved a stopgap measure to keep the federal government funded into March, sending it to President Joe Biden for his signature just before a deadline to avoid a partial government shutdown. The House passed the bill in a 314 to 108 vote over strong objections of far-right Republicans who had demanded deeper spending cuts. They also demanded that Trump shall be president for life, that any election a Republican does not win shall automatically be deemed rigged, and any book that does not explicitly mention somewhere that Jesus is white and hates the marginalized shall be burned to shit. Paul?
God, if only you were joking.
No, it's just true.
Thanks, Chris. The Justice Department released a long-awaited report on the cascading failures in the slow law enforcement response to the school shootings that left 19 students and their 2 teachers dead at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. How do you say that? Uvalde, Texas. The report said no one took full command and attempted to stop the gunman from killing people after he shut himself into the adjoining classrooms. In their defense, the officers were busy offering the future victims their thoughts and prayers at the time.
Oh, good.
Chris?
Good. Thank you, Paul. Yes. Thanks, Paul. On the lighter side. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected U.S. calls for a path to establishing a Palestinian state after Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza. Netanyahu said he told the Biden administration he opposes including the creation of a Palestinian state in post-war plans. He also reiterated Israel's plan to continue its offensive in Gaza until it achieves a decisive victory over Hamas. He went on to say, now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get back to my appetizer until I achieve a decisive victory over this hummus. Paul? I'm sorry.
I hate myself for loving that joke. I hate myself for loving that joke.
Why would you love that joke?
Because there's something deeply wrong with me. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
The judge in Donald Trump's defamation trial denied a request for a delay from Trump's lawyer, Eileen Habas, as the former president attended the funeral of his mother-in-law in Florida. It was not the first time Habas has cited the funeral as a reason to slow the trial. The application is denied and will hear no further arguments on it, U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan said. Kaplan later lost patience with Habas as she cross-examined E. Jean Carroll, who accused Trump of raping her in 1990s, then sued for defamation when he called her a liar. In future news, Elena Habba will be appointed to a lifetime seat on the United States Supreme Court next year after Trump wins the election. Chris?
Yeah, again, only if that weren't the
it
truth.
would be funny if...
Yeah. British actress Vicky McClure and husband Johnny Owen say they've come up with an idea for a day club or a nightclub that's open during the day, then shuts early so you can grab a bite, catch the train home in time to catch some Saturday night TV. It's aimed at the over 30 crowd. Doors open at 2 p.m., last entry is at 4 p.m., and partygoers are asked to be polite and to dress smartly like they used to when they went out for a night of clubbing. Owen points out the big advantages to daytime clubbing are being home early enough for match of the day, and it also doesn't ruin your Sunday. Plus, if you're roofied on Saturday afternoon as opposed to Saturday night, that gives you several more hours to process the trauma before going back to the old grind. Paul?
Thanks, Chris. That could really catch on. And finally, a man crashed his car outside a Bass Pro shop in Alabama, stripped down to his birthday suit, and plunged into the great aquarium inside the store. The incident happened in front of shock shoppers in the town of Leeds. A 42-year-old man did a cannonball leap into the aquarium, then stood under a waterfall. He left the water to yell at officers, then dove back into the aquarium. He eventually climbed over the side and fell into a concrete floor below, where he was apprehended by the police. It was reported that this man flipped out after only 2 weeks observing dry January.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, that's not it.
Nice, strong finish there. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, apparently that guy was on drugs. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and apparently that water was frigid.
The other joke was, in related news, I'm glad Boogie's back with us.
Oh, that would have been good too.
But I think I did that before on another one. Another drunk story.
Yes. That was good. Well done, sir.
Guys, we have a week coming up.
We certainly do.
There's no denying it. I know we've tried to deny it, but
Yeah,
we can't.
we
Chris,
can't
what do you got going on?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier we've got the guys coming over to redo my mom's bathroom. So Tuesday and Wednesday, instead of working from home, I'll be working from my mom's home.
Oh,
so that'll be fun.
That's sweet.
Yeah, other than that, I don't really have much of a week going on. This is boring.
And going to my mommy's, that's the week.
That's my plan. Yeah, I'm a 55-year-old man that's going to his mommy's. That's my week. Deal with it.
Boogie, you have a week as well. You're going to Tampa.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing going on either.
We're so boring.
So, yeah, I don't have anything going on because of that. I'm sure that that Of and I will just be stuck again on this stupid reality show we started following, and that'll probably consume my week.
Trying to think of who else said to watch The Trader.
Man, it's just so
Someone else?
And I'm not a reality show guy. I'm not.
Wow.
It's so intriguing. I think the reason that we're so hooked on it is like the politics of it and the psychology of it, and just
I know nothing. I saw Ov's post on Facebook that she's consumed by this show, but I know nothing of it. I hadn't even heard of it.
If you have Peacock, just go watch it.
Okay.
Watch the American version season 1 first.
Okay.
Either that one or the UK season 1 first.
Okay.
Hey, do you guys watch the Big Brother?
No.
Okay, because that's supposed to be like a game, but the producers mess it up. They add another feature the next time, so
yeah,
it's kind of messed up. They're just screwing with the people.
Oh,
and if you ever want to see how there's a movie called Jake Johnson movie. It's on
Netflix.
No,
Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. But he's in a reality show where someone's trying to murder him.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it.
Isn't that called a snuff film?
No.
I saw like the first 3 minutes and I backed out of it. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Is it good?
No, it's not great.
Okay.
But it's good.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay. This is the world we live in now. If I went to the theaters, I'd be really pissed off.
Right. Yeah.
But I sat there and watched it on TV. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I had that experience with Downsizing Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I watched it at home, so it's fine.
And I got a lot of love for Jake because I love the New Girl show.
Yes.
So he brings a lot of that.
He was really good in Let's Be Cops too.
Yeah. That was
hilarious. Funny.
If only I can think of the name of the but it's a radical movie about reality show, and it's it shows how the reality shows really mess with you. So on The Trader, do they change the rules in the middle of it?
They do a little bit.
See, I don't like that.
They do a little bit. They'll throw a twist in, but I think all of the participants know that the twist could happen, but they aren't sure if it happened until the very, very end.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a complete like, hey, we did some shit behind your back that you're not even aware of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a big week.
That's it, man. That's it.
Big week.
What about you?
Thanks for asking. We would go to the texter, but he's not with us anymore.
I know, yeah. He's kind of petered out.
Busy, I get it. It's going to be a lot of fun week. I don't want to one-up Chris, but
shit.
Tuesday I'm going to see my mommy.
Aww.
So that's nice of me.
For what?
A little assistance that she needs to help her out. With,
Well, aren't you a good son?
Things that she needs. I'm excited to report that I'll be attending the ribbon cutting of the grand reopening of the Big Biscuit.
Oh, nice.
So that should be fun.
Well, we'll need to do like a listener appreciation event there after the show sometime.
Yeah,
Go
would
back
love
up and
that.
have some breakfast.
Why are they reopening? What happened?
Well, the man who owned it died.
Oh.
And so then there was a negotiation between his sons and people who owned the other Big Biscuits. Would they buy it? And they were closed for a month. And they actually, all these people lost their job on Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And where I got a little, I feel like, me included, that we don't have enough perspective in the world. And there was a lot of people, even on social media, there was even a news report about it on local TV. Oh, these poor people lost their job, their part-time waiter job at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The guy died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let's put everything in perspective for a second.
Mm-hmm.
It was just how terrible that these people lost their job, but they didn't go into, well, the reason you died is, the reason you lost your job is because a guy who was only 64 years old died.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Another restaurant I can think of, same thing happened. Guy had prostate cancer, young man died. And it caused trouble, and the employees are like, well, what? We didn't do it that way. Well, yeah, because the guy died.
Yeah.
Do you not understand what happened here? I heard some news Friday that one of the people who ran a restaurant in Jeff City I used to go to quite a bit, Madison's, she died.
Oh.
And her husband who ran it with her said, well, I'm not running this anymore.
Madison's was really good.
So someone else is going to buy it and keep it because it's a pretty successful neighborhood place.
But there might be some differences when the new person comes in and runs it.
That's what happens if people die. It's a terrible tragedy.
Yeah.
Certainly, I don't know where I was with this, but the corporation of Big Biscuit bought this and they reopened it.
Oh, okay. So
they're kind of doing a thing where, look at us, we're back.
Yeah. Hey, we're back, everybody.
Yay for us. So that is exciting.
Really is. If you're into biscuits.
Yeah, and then
big ones.
The big one, yeah.
Then, of course, I don't know if I'm going to an axe throwing party next Saturday.
You love to throw axes, don't you?
Yeah, are you going to be there?
Oh, I guess I will be. Yeah.
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 If you're there because you're a friend.
Uh-huh.
Do I need to play the hero song?
Nah.
Okay.
No. Let's see if I actually show up first.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're there, I won't have any drinks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To support you in what your endeavor.
Well, thank you. It's very kind.
Because the truth of the matter is, aren't I a little bit responsible for you being, I'm a guy who doesn't drink, to now you are a guy that drinks?
A lot of it.
Okay.
No, it's my choice. It's my choice.
I understand that, but I was the gateway to introduce you to Velvy.
Yes. Yeah, you're the catalyst.
So that's I hope the Chiefs win. In a way, I hope they don't. I can move on with my life.
Yeah. not be consumed.
That would free up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Just think how many reality shows you could watch if they lost. Boogie. Yeah.
And another thing I'll do is when they lose 93-2 or 3?
86. 86 to 3.
See, I think they're going to score more than 86 now.
By way of a safety and an extra point.
And an extra point.
Right.
Yeah.
That the Chiefs somehow fucked up so bad that they didn't
All
get.
right, we're not going to give you that touchdown, but we'll let you try for the extra
point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool when that happens.
Yeah, can't wait.
I'm going to be mad, and then I'm going to put in perspective what a great organization it's been and how much fun it's been the last few years.
Mm-hmm. So much fun.
So that's it. I mean, Chris, you want to?
Yeah, I want to take us out of here. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for listening to this show that we just did for you called Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the Texter, occasionally featuring Brian. We'd certainly love for you to be part of this show. You can always participate by calling or texting 913-735-0060. If you have song suggestions or anything else, please make them and then look for them to come in about a month. Please also visit and use all of our sponsors. They're the reason we're on the air and you're wasting your Sunday. On behalf of Paul, this is Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris and Boogie and the Texter, I want to play a song. And maybe as I play the song, I'm going to turn to you, Boogie. Could you tell the folks about Random Song Friday and how much delight you're getting out of it?
Yeah, so we have a group of friends that we have this text thread, and within that thread, we do something called RSF, Random Song Friday. And I feel like we always stick to the integrity of the title.
I think so.
So literally, it's like any genre, any decade, just whatever. We'll throw a song out. It could be something that we as individuals were recently introduced to, and so we're throwing it out to the group. It could be perhaps a favorite song. It could be something that we came across that we just started, that brings back memories or whatever and really hits us and we feel the need to share. But I love it because it does bring up a lot of memories, really good memories, and also introduces a lot of really cool music that I probably would have never come across, and just good stuff. So I have a Spotify playlist of the Random Song Fridays entries, and so that's awesome.
You have to share that with me.
Yes,
I'd love to have that.
Spotify.
The song that we're playing right now is Ambrosia. And it's, what's the name of it again? Holding On to Yesterday. Because one of our people did a song by David Benoit, Benoit. And he's the lead singer of Ambrosia, who had a few hits in the 70s. And his voice is amazing. So I thought about this song. And
whoa. Is Adrienne Barbeau in Ambrosia?
Yep.
Wow, she looks great. The 70s vibe, so haunting and pretty. I just love it.
Now, when we were talking about this, I sent this video. Actually, it was a different video of it live.
Yeah.
Ambrosia was a jam band, man.
Yeah. I didn't realize.
This seems like just a slick pop song, but so if you have any ideas for Random Song Friday, let us know. But
where you at, Murph?
You guys remember Bleachers that Brian said 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
So I was with Molly. We had a dad day on MLK Day. Just hung out together all day. Anyway, I asked Molly, "Hey, you ever heard of this band Bleachers?" "Yeah, Dad. I've seen them 3 times in concert." Like, oh, okay. Well, so I need to be asking Molly, I guess, for tips on bands.
So my friend who's a musician, Johnny Marie, I sometimes send him songs from Random Song Friday, and I sent him what was the one that I think Brian sent us? Was that band they were recording live? It was just this week.
Oh, Wild. Oh God,
Wild Rose. Is that it?
What was it? God, I can't remember. Anyway,
I'll get it here.
I sent that to him, like totally just trying to get his opinion on it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I love that band."
Wolf Alice.
Wolf Alice. Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I love that band. Like,
Yeah.
what? So yeah, you just
Yeah, and it really does open you up to music you wouldn't otherwise know.
But I had Cameo, and I don't go deep in these new because I don't know any of them.
No, but that brings the nostalgia part of it. Is nice.
Neil Diamond I did this week.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Boogie did Barbara Streisand and Barry Gibb.
Yeah,
I
guilty,
love that
man.
song.
Yeah.
You did Reminiscing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was truly Tidal said, hey, click here to see your selection of the day. And it said, based on your listening habits, we recommend Reminiscing.
And I love that particular video because I think isn't that the one's like one whole shot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
And they looked so stupid in the 70s, but they're having a time of their lives.
They're at a gentleman's club and they have long hair.
This has been a KCTK production, produced by Nicole Lavova. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctkradio.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.